friends, this is Mr. M and I'm happy to present our next activity in this video. I'm here as usual in my top secret OT laboratory, and before I start this activity I wanted to just tell you a quick little story. Okay, so the story is that about 2 years ago I took my daughter to a corn maze in Vermont, and I was really excited about it because they had never been to a corn maze, and I wanted to do a corn maze, and I thought it would be a great thing to do with my daughter. She was 10 at the time. And we got in this corn maze, and it was fun for about 5 minutes, and then we just got so frustrated because it felt like we couldn't find the way out, and we just kept running into all these dead ends, and we felt certain that we had seen the same dead ends over and over again. We felt like we were just going in the same places we had been, and we felt like we couldn't even get anywhere new. We were kind of stuck, it felt like just in the beginning of the maze, and everything looks the same, so it's really hard to tell where you've been and where you haven't been. So my daughter came up with a great idea. What she did is she found a long stick, and what she did was she dragged the stick behind us, so it made just this little faint line in the dirt path. We didn't want to like dig up like a huge line and ruin the experience for other people. So we just took the stick and we just dragged it across the dirt path, and we made this little line, and that way we were able to see where we had gone before. So if we knew, if we were walking around and we saw a path and it had a line that we had dragged in the dirt, we knew not to go down that path because we've already been there before. So why am I sharing you this long story? Well, because we're going to do our own mazes today. And while we're not going to go out and do a corn maze, we are going to do a maze with a pencil and then our maze packets. So grab that. Make sure you have a nice sharp pencil, okay? And make sure you got a nice, good eraser on that pencil, okay? So grab that and let's get started. Okay, now go ahead and flip through your maze packets. You'll see that there should be a couple different mazes. We're going to do all of them. And what I want you to do is look at them and decide which ones that you think are the easier ones and which ones do you think will be a little bit harder. And put them in order so they go easiest to hardest. And that might be different for everyone, but I think you're going to find that this leprechaun maze is probably the easiest. So that's the one I think is the easiest. So that's the one I'm going to start with. And what I want to show you is this technique that I'm going to use, okay? So what I'm going to do, just like, remember that story I told you, how we dragged the stick in the dirt and we made this little faint line? So as you do these mazes, right, here's to start with this leprechaun is, I want you to do that same thing. I don't want you to write a real dark line. See the difference? I want you to make a nice, just real faint line, almost like it's not even there. All right, so let me try it in the maze, okay? So I'm going to really go real lightly. I'm going to go real lightly. Okay. Oh, I see I'm getting to a dead end, so I'm just going to turn around. And maybe I'll try a different path. Maybe I'll try going down here. Okay, this looks better. Oh no, I can see that it's going to be a dead end again, so I'm going to turn around. Okay, where haven't I been? Just like when I was in the corn maze. I know there's no line, so I'm going to go this way. Okay, you keep working on that. So pause the video and see if you can get to the pot of gold with those nice light lines, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but I made it all the way to the pot of gold with those nice light lines. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace back from the pot of gold, and I'm going to make a little darker line now. And now it's not that important that you stay over your line, although let's try to do that. Let's see if we can stay over that line as best we can. But see, I went off a little bit. That's not what I'm really worried about. What I really want to make sure that we're doing is that we're not going over any of the maze lines. So if you do that, that's where you're going to get your eraser out. Okay, so here I go. I'm going to trace over that. Okay, you keep working on that. Okay, I made it back to the leprechaun. So now you can see I've got a nice line that goes all the way through the maze, and it makes it to the pot of gold. So now, any place that I have just those light lines, I'm just going to touch up my pencil eraser. And those light lines, I mean, you can erase those lines like they're not even there. Like, watch the difference here. See this dark line? I'm going to erase as hard as I can here. Zoom in here. Okay, and you can still see that there's a line there. Now, I'm going to take my light line, and it's like it almost wasn't even there. I mean, you couldn't even tell there was a line there. So, if you need to watch that again, watch that technique again. Start off using the light lines. Turn around if you have to, and find the places you haven't been before. Think about me and my daughter lost in the corn maze. And then go back, start at the sort of the finish, go back and retrace it with a nice dark line, and it'll look pretty nice like that. Okay, so do that strategy for all of the mazes, and please make sure that if you see, I got close here, but I didn't go over the maze line. And when the maze lines, I'm talking about these dark lines that make up the maze. So do not cross any of the maze lines. So you might have to go slow. Okay, make sure you send me some pictures of your finished mazes. I'm going to be checking to see if you did them the way I did them. Okay? So I can't wait to see them. I'm sure they'll be amazing. Okay, bye-bye.